Hello, Brother Monroe here. Welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts and to the Spanish campaign, where, well, I'm a bit confused. There's these two Italian destroyers here, but I think they're actually here, and this represents the entirety of the Italian fleet because of some weirdness going on with how the AI is choosing to scrap ships. It's a totally different issue from the one that caused me to have to restart the game. I have made a couple of changes since the last episode, and I said I was going to. The first is I've kind of dug into the AI personalities file. I don't fully understand everything that's in it, but there are quite a lot of blank values. But as well for Italy had some values that were about 10 times larger than all the other nations. So I think maybe Italy in particular had a bit of a problem. The other thing I did is the only time you're allowed to scrap anything is if you're over 500,000 tons. So currently, no one should be scrapping any ships. And I generally made the AI a little bit more tempted to refit things if it can. Anyway, let's go sink those. Let's go sink the Italian fleet. Oh, love it. Right. So, we have Isabel la Catholica. And thank you, by the way. I've forgotten your name, and I am terrible for that. Someone said in the YouTube comments when I was complaining about the Windows 11 snipping tool, screenshots, apparently it only messes up the HDR when you use the shortcut. If you just use the snipping tool directly, then it works. So hopefully the thumbnails won't look all washed out and weird anymore. Because the problem with the in-game screenshots, which is F11 by the way, if you want to do that, they are rendered at 1080p, which is fine, of course, but I'm recording at 1440p, and often when I'm doing a screenshot, I'm only getting, a small segment of what's going on, so, yeah, it comes out quite blurry. Wow, that was a big old miss. Try again. Not bad. Overpen, cause some flooding. I'm assuming we're out of torpedo range. No, we're not. Edge away a little. Oh, they're smoking. Two can play at that. Let's try and reposition ourselves a bit. Whoa. Turn. Very good. My own smoke is causing problems now. There they are. Right. You're reloading. You just fired. Focus on that one. Partial pen? Really? You put armor on your destroyer. Nice. They're pretty fast too. Ooh, we'll find our own torpedoes. Oh, and got a massive hit right through the main belt. Torpedoes completely unnecessary and would have missed anyway. Damn, when we get a hit, we really get a hit. Yikes. How did you reload so fast? Whoa! Wait, you're still reloading. Where the fuck did that torpedo come from? AI. Magic torpedoes that it pulls out of its arse. Oh, well, there we go. Very successful little engagement by Isabel there. Very nice indeed. Well, let's head back to the map, shall we? Okay. I'm sending... Well, now that we don't really need the fleet to guard against the... Well, I guess they are building 10 ships. I am going to send some extra ships over here because the naval invasion chance is pretty rubbish. I'll probably have to do multiple port strikes and try again. But it is worth giving it a go and going on for that. There are wars kicking off, though. Britain is at war with Austria-Hungary and Germany. Is that it? Soviet Union is about to get involved. Yeah, Soviet Union. We're still pretty friendly with everybody except the Soviet Union and the Austrians. I'm going to Project Amigos the Soviets. Because, well, what do the Austrians have? Yeah, we could totally take on the Austrians if we wanted. Right, I will be back when that naval invasion fails. Okay, we managed to get up to a 50-50, and as you can see here, we have changed the colour of Sardinia. Now, the Italians are offering us a peace treaty, and I'm actually tempted to accept, because they don't have any ships for me to fight. So, I'm not going to get any victory points. Keeping the war short and sweet is certainly going to help our economy. We've taken our war target of Sardinia. Yeah, I could try and push on Sicily, but I don't really have the fleet size to do it. I think we say yes. We're going to withdraw that port strike so we don't hit our own port. Ooh, reinforced bulkheads with watertight doors. That's nice. There we go. And with taking Sardinia... I'm going to move the fleet back home. I'm going to pop them all in Barcelona, and then I'm going to deploy... do I have any spare destroyers around, actually? Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them in Santa Cruz. I'm going to deploy one to Cagliari and a second one to Olbia. Let's send the alerter. Cool. Well, actually, one thing I did want to check is, at the end of that turn, did anybody scrap any ships? Laid down, refitting, discarding designs, that's fine. Laid down, discarded designs. Yeah, no scrapping. Good. Look at it. Italy's like, oh my god, we need ships. What the fuck happened to Austria-Hungary? They are at war with the British. The British maybe blew up their stuff. Because they only discarded the design of a destroyer, and it shouldn't delete their fleet. Oh, they're repairing a whole bunch of them. Yeah, they got into a fight. That's what happened. Cool. Yeah, because the Royal Navy's got a bunch repairing as well. Okay, good. Right, well, let's end the turn live. Let's look for scrapping. Scour there. Lay down. Yes. Okay, I think the changes I made have worked. Basically, what I want the AI to do... I'd rather they have a large fleet of old crap that they have constantly tried to refit and keep in service than they have nothing. Anyway, we have a peace treaty. We obviously can't steal any of this, but we don't really want it. We don't want to overextend ourselves. But grabbing Sardinia, that is very useful because that's quite close to mainland Spain. And now we can go back to just quietly trying to improve our situation. Let's put everybody on limited. And then let's check our finances. -5, but I've had the transport capacity slider up because we're at war. So if I slide that back down, I could put it to 0, but I tend to leave it on like 0.2 just in case. We are making money. Oh, very nice. Okay. What are we getting? What's in the offing? Experimental heavy cruiser in 2 months. Okay, well, that's worth a look. New destroyer. That's also worth a look. What? Obsolete hulls, the Dreadnought 4. A new hull's available, the Dreadnought 4 generic. What? Sometime. Long term, I will fix that, but not just now. Get the Mark 4 4-inch. So, yeah, a refit of our destroyers not too far off. Okay. Okay, well, I'll see you in a couple of months. The experimental heavy cruiser is not an interesting hull. It's this garbage destroyer thing. Purely on looks, I don't like it. It is fast, but I'm really like this is fine for a light cruiser, but for a heavy cruiser, this is just going to look out of place. I don't really, I especially don't like the ones with the. I mean, you can make a decent ship on this. What would the AI make? Always fun to have a look. Garbage. What is for not? I've tried so. At least it puts some armor on it. But yeah, it's just like no. I don't like this. So yeah, it's gonna be destroyers next, I reckon, unless something cool or interesting happens, or I just want to give you a little update. I'll see you in a bit. Well, there's some interesting geopolitics going on. France and Germany are at war. That could be very interesting. Also, the British are kind of mopping up Egypt and North Africa, which is interesting. Yes. Okay, France versus Germany. That could be very interesting. The Britain's peaced out. Also very interesting. I don't know who won that war, but I think it was Britain. Because their people are content and the Austrians are not. And the naval prestige, -57. Yeah, 77. Although I think the Germans did well. So maybe just a white piece with the Germans. Be my guess. Also, fleet numbers holding up. I think the changes are made have somewhat helped, hopefully. Italy is rebuilding their fleet as best they can. Yeah, because look at all this money that these AI nations sitting on. It's like, spend it, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Research-wise, I have put a priority into small guns because obviously we want the Mark 4 5 inches as soon as we can get them. Although I could build a destroyer with 4-inch guns. You don't have to go 5-inch. But I think the 5-inch gun... actually, would that be a good call? Going for a 4-incher and then a 5-incher? It would mean that refits are staggered. In fact, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get the 4-inch gun, base a new destroyer on the destroyer 4 hull around that new gun. And then when they're done, we'll be in a position to start refitting the alerters. We're also getting the battlecruiser 5 soon, which is fun. That also might be worth a look. Yes, very good. Right, well, I'll see you in a few months. Okay, welcome back. Here we are, the Destroyer 4. So, the alerters are about 1,000 tons, so we don't want this thing to be big. So we're going to go minimum beam, minimum draft. Actually, let's keep that down. We do want them to be a bit faster. We want them to be able to at least keep up with the Leons. Possibly go faster. So I'm going to go for 34 knots. And let's go for 1,400 tons. That seems reasonable. Towers. Ooh, refit towers. 9, 8... Oh. It's a pretty big jump to the small refit tower in terms of cost, but it is also a fairly big jump in terms of performance. I'd either go with this one or this one. But the problem is these don't fit. So let's just go with the cheapest tower possible. Yes. Cheap is a quality all to itself. Ooh, we get dual 4 inches. Well, that's fun. Okay. Let's slap a funnel on there. Yeah, we can do this. I think secondary tower. Ooh. These two are basically the same, so in terms of their base accuracy, so we'll go with the cheaper one. And then on the back, I think just a 4-inch gun on the deck and a triple torpedo launcher behind it. And that's that. Just a dinky little thing. Okay, let's build the rest of it out. Hydro. 2. Got quite a lot of new tech. Can try. Oh, hello. 23-inch torpedoes. RDF, that's also extremely useful. Wow, we've really been teching up. It's an advanced little ship. About double the price of an alerter. But packing a lot more technology into it. Mind you, it is about a decade later. Which I need to try and remember that I've actually gone through quite a lot of time already. Armour. Let's go 1.5. And we're not going to have a lot on the top. Probably, yeah, 0.4. We're max armoured on the main belt. That's pretty good. Let's go 1/2 inch. An inch. Wow. Okay. I would like these guns to be longer. How long can I make them? 38s. Okay, 4-inch 38s. Not too terrible. Is their pen like, not bad. They should be able to deal with any destroyer we come across. You can see here, well, I think the absolute max on a destroyer is like 1.5. So we can go through destroyer armor with our AP ammo just fine. And then the HE ammo is going to be for killing transports and stuff. And for like setting fires on like cruisers and things like that. I might actually go standard. Right, how many shells of each do we get at the moment? Does it tell me anywhere? It bloody doesn't. I'm thinking I might go increased HE rather than max. Because I think against enemy destroyers, we're going to be wanting those AP shells. Against light cruisers, we're going to be wanting AP shells. Against transports, we're going to be wanting HE. And those are the three kind of standard targets. So I think increased rather than max, just so we have a little bit more AP ammunition than we normally would. 96%. Oh, enhanced range. I'm going to leave them cramped. I know I don't normally run cramped quarters, but I'm doing it. That should help keep maintenance costs down. Actually, it doesn't make any difference. You'd think it would, going from 80 crew to 114. Does this change the maintenance? It does. By a little bit. Interesting. Okay. Well, I think the enhanced range is going to be really, really helpful on these. The Gadiaros, I think this would be. Anyway, they should do fine, I think. That'll be a nice little addition. Let's see how many we can build. Alright, I've ordered 10 of the new destroyers, which is going to be a nice little bump to our fleet size. The next thing to look at is going to be that battlecruiser 5. I think, I mean, we could go 14 or we could go 16. Given that we have a 14-inch battleship, I'll probably go 14-inch on this one. And then, well, a ways off, we're getting the Mark 4 5-inch. We're actually way ahead on tech with that. How is everybody doing with tech, actually? We're average. Average. Very advanced. Okay, cool. So we're actually doing pretty darn well, I'd say. Pretty darn well. Things looking okay for Spain right now. Yeah, I'll see you in 3 months to have a look at that battlecruiser. Okay, battlecruiser. Yes, this is a nice hull, actually. Especially when we minimum beam, minimum draft it. Now, our existing battleships are obviously just under 30,000 tons. So we don't want to go too big with this thing. I don't know how the Spanish would see it. I mean, it is a new capital ship, and maybe they do see it as a kind of flagship type deal. Obviously, we're going to build this around the concept of being a fast battleship. I'm going to try and push it to 30 knots. 29, we're not losing anything. 29.4. Whoa. Yeah, 29.4, 29.5. Yeah, okay, go 29.4 then. Pushing it to the max. It will make it a very fast capital ship for the era. Not, you know, the fastest, but pretty good. 33,000 tons seems about right. Okay. Okay, we've got these two. I mean, there's a... Let's go for that one. Yeah. Let's go for these two. It's going to be very Yorick-like, I think. Classic Brother Monroe design. Now, we could go for 14 inches. Or... a triple's still really bad compared to duals. Yeah, they are. Okay. Yeah, we will go dual. Then that one. With 6 14-inch guns. Does Fantasy have 14 40s, right? I think she did. Now, secondary guns. We're not going to have a lot if we just go with this. Again, it does kind of meet the minimalistic design of the Cervantes and the Nuestras, where secondary guns are not really something that we are going in for. It's a big expense to use those. Unusually, I'm going to use Turtleback. I don't normally use Turtleback, but I think in this case, well, at least if you're a regular viewer, you'll be like, oh, Brother Monroe using Turtleback. But one of the things the mob changes in general is that it is just flat better than Citadel 3. So that you get the more historical progression from the advanced armoured citadels to the Turtleback before you get all or nothing. Unless you're willing to wait and just go straight to all or nothing. But it was a thing that happened. Okay. Nice. Armour quality 135. Now, if we see this as fast battleship, well, what if someone was bringing an 8-inch gun? What would we be looking at? Yeah, we're not going to protect against the AP shells of an 8-inch gun on the extended bits. So we're looking at HE protection, so 3-inch should be enough. Deck protection, I'm going to say 4-inch main deck, 1.5 on the extended. Then the turrets and main belt. I think 14 and 16 is going to work just fine. 5 on the tops. And inner layers go 3, 1.5, and just make those as thick as possible. Casements 3 and 1.5. Make them 40s as well. Yes, we can. Okay, 94% weight with our new fast battleship. 6. So we got about... Oh, where's my calculator gone? There it is. How many tons do we have left? 33 minus... Well, 33 minus 31, 101. We do have enough for another turret. We do have enough for another turret. Okay. So, obviously, I know I'm lengthening the citadel doing this. So, enough for... yeah, I was wondering if I could fit it in there. But I think with the way I'm going to have to push everything, it's probably not going to fit. But let's try. Because if we can get 8 guns... that means we will effectively have a Cervantes that is considerably faster. Okay, 33. What if we push it to 34,000 tons? Okay, we're very close. 34,500. Done. Okay, so we are adding a little bit of extra weight, complexity, cost. Basically to make a fast Cervantes. Are about a third more expensive. But, yeah. I mean, compared to the Cervantes, this thing... I mean, what year is it? Just about 1920. 1920. You're building a ship that can go almost 30 knots. Has 8 14-inch guns. And is armoured like a battleship. That would be an interesting thorn to deal with. And for a country like Spain to have a ship like this, very interesting indeed. I really like this. And it's different from my usual 6-gun Yorick style ship that I would normally build on this hull. Yes. The fast battleship. Okay, yeah, it's only got 14-inch guns, which is slightly lackluster. But I think, again, for a country like Spain, who is probably expecting to be facing a lot of cruisers and stuff, the higher rate of fire is a worthwhile trade-off. But I think this is probably going to be our last 14-inch ship. I think the next one we build is probably going to be using 16s, so that we can build some bigger, nastier things. Also, they look... I don't know why the Mark IIs use the Mark V British model, but they would just look wrong. So, yes. No, not the Gusana. These are going to be named from a ship I dreamed. These are going to be the Silencios. Yes. Yes. Lovely. It looks good. The more I look at it, the more I'm liking this ship. Okay. Let's see how many I can actually afford. Alright, I've decided to order 2 for now. So we have the Silencio and the Isabel II. I'm going to build them in Barcelona. Both of them. And and I'll add the third one there as well when she's ready. But I'm going to wait the 4 months until the Godarios are finished, and then I'm going to lay down an extra one. I am losing a little bit of money doing that, but it's not much. We do have some naval funds. We might as well use it for construction. So I'll see you in 4 months when I order the third. Right, welcome back. I was about to order a third Silencio, but Madeira apparently has annoyed us. So that's something we can deal with. That's a nice little pickup for us. Yes, absolutely. They appear to have broken away from Portugal, and Spain has decided to nom them. The Maginot line is seeing some action as well, which is interesting. Right, they're all commissioning up. I'm just going to order the third Silencio, even though I don't actually know the costs, because I just put some ships to sea and these are still commissioning up. So this is going to be expensive. And I'll see you in, well, 3-4 months when we've hopefully taken Madeira. Right, Madeira has been taken. Madeira's pretty nice sweet. I think it's semi-sweet, or is it sweet? Sweet wine. And, of course, Madeira cake. Made with said wine. Delicious. Yes, a delicious addition to the Empire. I'm going to send the fleet back home. I'm going to get them back on limited. And I'm going to end with a little bit of an overview and a little bit of a look. Because I have seen some scrapping from Britain and China. And that's fine because they're now over their scrap limits. So is the US. So hopefully navies will maintain this kind of size of fleet, which seems reasonable enough. Wow, China's economy is going bonkers. Yeah, okay. Germany's looking a little short. Okay. Italy has been building. Good, good. And then here's us with not the smallest fleet in the world. That goes to Italy because we destroyed it. We actually have a bigger navy than Austria-Hungary, which is interesting. Our growth is completely stymied by the fact we have the nationalists in charge. But we are at peace, which helps a lot. And the other thing that will help is having some more territories. A very good episode for Spain. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you again soon for some more Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Bye for now.